What's up, everybody? Brett Mix, Macho Wrestling 101, coming to you for the Week 7 of the Monday Night Wars. This is Raw, October the 23rd, 1995, the 132nd episode on USA Network. This Raw took place live for the first time in the history of the Monday Night Wars. Of all the 7 weeks WCW went at it with the WWF, this took place live. What did it change the ratings? Well, let's take a look. Ratings were 2.6 to 2.2 last week for the WWF. It was their third win in the Monday Night Wars. They had 1 loss and 2 draws, along with those 3 wins. And Nitro has always been live. Nitro beat Raw for just the second time ever with a 2.6 to 2.2 for Nitro. This Raw did a 2.2. So even though it was taped live, this Raw did not win. Nitro and Raw switched places from last week. Last week, Raw beat 2.6 to 2.2. This week, Nitro won 2.6 to 2.2. So Raw drew a 2.2, losing for just the second time in 7 weeks, which is not a bad thing. So let's take a look at this. So now the scoreboard for Raw is 3 wins. Nitro is 2 losses. For the WWF, it's 3 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws. McMahon and the King are caught live from Brandon, Manitoba. It's the night after In Your House, so that's why they did some tapings and the live event here. Let's get this thing kicked off. First, I want to say, though, I'm Brett Mix, Macho Wrestling 101, and click like and subscribe if you like my history of wrestling videos. Also, if you just want to help my channel out, it's pretty new. Also, we stick up to date with Raw, SmackDown, and the current products. So if that interests you, consider subscribing if you haven't already. So today, we started out with Owen Hart, who has Jim Cornette as a manager, versus Aldo Montoya, Bam Bam Bigelow, Barry Horowitz, Bob Holly, Duke the Dumpster Droese, Fatu, Hakushi, Henry O. Godwin, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Isaac Yankem, Jean-Pierre Lafitte, King Kong Bundy, Marty Jannetty, Rad Radford, Savio Vega, Sid, Skip, and the 1-2-3 Kid, all in a battle royal for the #1 contendership to the WWF Intercontinental title. Shawn Michaels had to forfeit the night before In Your House the Intercontinental title to Dean Douglas. And then Razor Ramon beat Douglas. So Razor Ramon's the new Intercontinental Champion, and he takes place next week defending that title against the winner of this battle royal. So they do one of these, friend versus friend, foe versus foe. McMahon says anything can happen in the World Wrestling Federation. So that's the commentary line by McMahon during this battle royal that took up half the show. Bam Bam Bigelow, Duke Droese, Fatu, and Henry O. Godwin eliminated Rad Radford and King Kong Bundy at 15 seconds. All of those men eliminated both those guys at 15 seconds. Skip eliminated Aldo Montoya at minute 30. Sid eliminated Bob Holly at 4. Sid eliminated Duke the Dumpster Droese at 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Skip eliminated Hakushi at 5 minutes. Kama eliminated Fatu. Barry Horowitz eliminated Skip at 6 minutes. Isaac Yankem and Jean-Pierre Lafitte eliminated Henry O. Godwin during a commercial. Bam Bam Bigelow eliminated Brad Radford during a commercial. Bam Bam and Savio eliminated Kama. Barry Horowitz is eliminated on his own. Hunter Hearst Helmsley is eliminated on his own. The 1-2-3 Kid, as they both go over the ropes together. The 1-2-3 Kid is eliminated. Sid eliminated Isaac Yankem at 9:15 as we're back on TV. Bam Bam Bigelow eliminated Sid at 10:30. Jean-Pierre Lafitte eliminated Bam Bam Bigelow. Marty Jannetty eliminated Savio Vega. And then now it's just Marty Jannetty, Jean-Pierre Lafitte, and Owen Hart. Marty Jannetty eliminated Jean-Pierre Lafitte at 16:45. Then it was Marty Jannetty and Owen Hart in a singles match pretty much for 4 minutes. For 4 more minutes, as this match went 20 minutes and 7 seconds. Owen took it to Jannetty. They were the last 2. Owen with a DDT. The crowd chanted Marty. He goes after Cornette with his racket. The Bulldog attacks Jannetty on the outside as he went under the rope to chase Jim Cornette away. The Bulldog clotheslined Jannetty down and power slammed him before throwing him into Owen Hart. Owen used his leverage advantage to throw him over the rope like Austin threw the Rock in the Royal Rumble 98 by the head. Owen just tossed Marty Jannetty out by the head, and Owen Hart wins. Owen Hart is the Battle Royal winner at 20 minutes and 7 seconds to become the #1 contender for Razor Ramon's IC title next week on Raw. This Battle Royal I rated 2.5 stars. They go to the Slam Jam with Doc Hendricks, who was talking about the upcoming Brett Diesel match at Survivor Series. Then they cut away, and Doc Hendricks goes, "What's going on, Vince?" And Vince says, "Oh, well, Bob Backlund is campaigning in the audience, and I say it's Canada, so Brandon, Manitoba, Canada." Even though he's campaigning to be the U.S. president, but he does it in Canada, so that's supposed to be comedy, I guess. And then they go back to Doc Hendricks for the Slam Jam, so he finishes advertising, and he says, "Well, sorry, I guess anything can happen to the World Wrestling Federation." That's what Doc Hendricks says to Vince. So that's you know how Nitro's live and Bischoff has all these surprises. That was Vince's form of, okay, we're live this week, so we're gonna do some surprises. We're gonna be edgy and cool, and we're gonna cut away from Slam Jam with Doc Hendricks to show Bob Backlund campaigning in Canada. Anyways, the next match is Avatar versus Brian Walsh. Brian Walsh, the jobber. Avatar is newcomer, and he's Al Snow before he was Leif Cassidy. A drop to a hold and a go behind waist lock, a kip up and an arm bar into torquing the arm into an overhead wrist lock and a hammer lock. Nice chain wrestling by these two. Walsh works over at Avatar's arm and a leapfrog with Avatar with a big right hand followed by a crossbody as he loses his balance off top. He springboards right after that with a somersault plancha. Avatar comes off the ropes with a clothesline inside out and a backbreaker. At 2:25, the winner is Avatar. This was actually decent in parts, but it's still just a 2-minute jobber match, so I only gave it a star. Now we have the main event for the women's title. Alundra Blaze took on Bertha Faye with Harvey Whippleman. Bertha Faye has been women's champion ever since SummerSlam. Bertha with a power slam. Faye hit a leg drop. Alundra Blaze tries to powerbomb Bertha Faye, but she weighed too much and back body drop by Faye, who was dishing up most of the punishment in this match. With it, she hits a scoop slam. Bertha Faye up top, and on Alundra Blaze counters with a head scissors. The same move Trish does, like when you're on a handstand in the corner, and then the legs throw the top person off with a Hurricane Rana with just the leg first, while you're on your head. You hit a handstand motion by the corner. So she did those head scissors, and now Whippleman hit Harvey off the apron as Bertha Faye charged towards Alundra on the apron, and Alundra got out of the way, and she hit Harvey Whippleman off the apron to the floor. Fans love that as Blaze gets the suplex with a bridge, German suplex with a bridge pinning combination at 9 minutes, and Alundra takes back the title. Thank God. Pretty decent match here. I rated it 2 stars. Show closed with HBK saying he can sit at home and cry about things, or he can come back better than ever about what he was attacked by the Marine at the nightclub in real life, but when he was attacked by the 10 thugs in the parking lot, as McMahon says. So that's what he's talking about. When we come back to action, Vince and King are sitting at the table, and King is pretending to cry at Shawn Michaels' speech, and McMahon goes, "Stop it!" This episode was a 6 out of 10 quality rise. They did lose the ratings again, 2.6 to 2.2. Raw was 2.2, Nitro was 2.6. Just the second loss ever in 7 weeks for the WWF after 2 draws, 3 wins, and now 2 losses. The Battle Royal won by Owen. Avatar's decent jobber match. Alundra Blaze winning the women's title. I give the overall 6 out of 10. Thanks to everyone who's watching along. I hope everyone is enjoying the reviews. If not, going back to watching this whenever they want. Even if you're not, these reviews aren't going anywhere, and they'll always be archived. Nitro is in the Nitro section. Old Raw reviews will be in the Old Raw review section. And stay tuned for future weeks of Nitro and Raw. Nitro 1 this week, week 8. So I'm Brett Mix, and that's this week's WWF Raw report. Thanks for watching, everyone.